Yeah.
Alright, carving pumpkins. What?
You always feel like you have to say something.
I'm just talking to Jackson. I'm carving a pumpkin.
Alright, carving pumpkins. It's so natural.
So natural. Alright, that was easy.
Yeah.
That's glass.
Alright, some tips for pumpkin carving. It's easiest to do a stencil on a flat side. So when pumpkins are growing, they're usually laying on the ground, and the side that's laying on the ground is sometimes usually flat. So that's the side.
Sometimes usually.
Sometimes usually flat. Then you clean it out nice and good. Try not to have any of the guts in there. And it's okay to cut away at the pumpkin on the inside so that's less thickness. So it's a lot easier. If it's really thick, it makes it hard to carve. And as you can see today, we are carving Shaycarl. And one thing to do is you put the stencil on and you start poking away with a push pin or a toothpick. Toothpicks actually usually bend. On the big pieces, you can kind of space the punctures out, the dots. But on any detail, you want to make sure to do as many dots as you possibly can. It just makes it that much easier when you carve, connecting the dots. Because sometimes you start to have to guess. Once the stencil is gone and you just have a bunch of dots on the pumpkin, it gets tricky knowing what to carve. So that's my tip, is to try and get them as close as possible. It could take a while, but it makes it easier in the end. More tips to come.
How about this, Mom?
We're pushing, we're pushing.
This is the fun part, so exciting, pushing holes. Switch to a push pin.
Don't worry about getting your workout in that day.
Alright, we are done poking holes, as you can see. And now we are going to remove the template. When removing the template, make sure you keep it intact because you're going to want to reference it as you're carving, because as you'll see, once you take it off, it looks like just a bunch of holes. And my son is poking more holes. Okay, so you're going to have to look closely at the template and compare so you make sure you cut along the right lines, because otherwise you might just jump sections, and especially in these little small areas. Woo! Giants! Alright, put the kids to bed. Watch the last couple innings of the Giants trash the Rangers. It was awesome. 8th inning was amazing. So back to carving the pumpkin. One thing I didn't mention is that where you want to start is on the middle of the pumpkin, usually on smaller things. So for example, on this face, I am doing the eyes first. The main thing you want to focus on is the skin. The skin cuts are smooth and that they are the right shape. You don't have to worry about the whole being perfect. Once you light the pumpkin, you can start to, you'll see where it's not dark enough, where light's not getting through, and then you can work on getting light through. Main thing, you just want to get the main surface cut in the right shape. That's my tip. We always use these small knives. I try and get the smallest knife possible, especially for the small parts. And then on big sections, you can use big knives, or you can use what I like to use is electric powered saw. It's just the same knives, but it's in this little electric powered thing, and it just kind of makes it go quick, and it makes the lines pretty smooth too.
Oh well, I hate that the computer is the center of my universe. I'm solely side affected by this black hole tug that's hitting azimuth to everything. A Akiva's ass is withering. If you pulled out the chair, I think I bounced and sleep. But I am getting ready now. Oh, I am getting ready now. Cause I'm a keystroke away from my own microchip. And if you set it in my skin, I think I couldn't survive without it. You could press a little button and my toes would race. Be a robot for the evening if you promise to behave. Oh, but what if fiction is a preview of the common curse? And we'd all be terminated, frozen, less better than worse. Oh, so maybe I'll just go out running.
Let's see where we are so far. I've got the eyes, top of the mustache. Next I'm going to go with the upper lip, or the teeth, the upper teeth and lower teeth, and the little above the goatee. And then, now after that, there's not much left. Got to get the cheeks out, and then the forehead out, and the nose, and we're set. We're getting close. All right. We've got most of the face out. All we have left is the sides of the beard, and the rest of the forehead, and the hat. And I may attempt to write Shaycarl on the hat, or Hurley or something, or just show that it has some kind of text. It should be interesting. You know, it looks funny now, but when it's lit up, it'll look completely different. Alright? Alright, we got the whole thing carved. I didn't carve the name yet, and I'm not sure I will. I should have done that one of the first things, because now it'll be kind of loose. One thing I'll do is try and clear these out. Like some of these holes you can't even hardly see through, and that's okay, because you can clear it out after the fact as you see it needs it. So looking good. It only took about 20 minutes to carve, to do everything. Maybe half hour if you include when I was with the kids, and that goes pretty quick. Probably half hour, 40 minutes is total time. And that's it. That's how you carve a pumpkin. I'll show the final result in a minute. Hey, I'm vlogging here. See? What did I tell you? Turns out I definitely should do something on the hat though. Maybe make the beard a little bit, I don't know, what do you think? It's pretty good. Right, beautiful. Just freehanded a little Hurley symbol on the hat. Much easier than writing Shaycarl or Hurley. Alright, Shaycarl Pumpkin Tard. Here we go. Please subscribe, rate, thumbs up, leave comments, suggestions. And last note is I built a site just this last week to do a pumpkin carving contest, and it's called craftbattles.com. I built it for the pumpkin carving contest, but in the future I think I'll just do all kinds of craft battles, just different, you post your things that you make and let people vote on them. So craftbattles.com, check it out. If you carve a pumpkin, upload it, and you have a chance to win $25 Amazon gift card. So check it out.